today is a very special day because today is a special day because, as you can see, Mr. CEO Cost has hit 100k subs. So we are filming something very special today, and we're gonna give him a surprise.
You say what going to me when I pulled up. I see him going in the door very quick.
Congratulations on the 100.
Congratulations, sir.
That's my bro.
What's happening, boys? Oh.
Yes, mate. Hey, Johnny! Every day you hit 100k. We're filming a exclusive podcast with Raheem. You know, we had to welcome in like the Mandem way.
Oh shit, man got a congrats to you on 100k.
Yeah,
Oh, that's hard.
where's the crown? Oh.
Was that what you done today, innit?
No. Hey, there you go.
No, thank you.
There was no one, bro.
100k.
100k, bro.
How does it feel, Raheem? How does it feel knowing you got 100k?
Do you know what? I'll be honest here, this ain't for the vlog or nothing like that, but let me get emotional. Yeah. Nah, building up to it, I was like, nah, you know, 100k is like, okay, it is what it is. Like, I'm gonna hit it.
Yeah.
Like, when you were on 99, yesterday when we were talking about it, I was like, you know, 100's like, it is what it is, but I can't, like, when I hit it, it's like some sense of euphoria that's been through me all day.
Is this what they got you doing, Raheem?
They have got me doing this.
They welcome you on the
100k subs and I got to do my own work.
No, you man are violated. It's a hard life, man. We're setting this section up here in the office to become a podcast studio. And we got a crazy surprise, but he doesn't know. Once he sets up everything, we're gonna bring the surprise out. How are you feeling right now about interviewing yourself?
The question is, how are you man feeling? I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boys that are nervous right now.
Sorry, Rob. I'm calm. Right, lads, can you take your positions, please? I think you're on the wrong seat, Nipsey.
I'm in the right seat, bro.
I think that's the CEO seat right there.
I'm the fucking CEO.
Hey.
Where's my drink?
We have Nibs in the building, aka Kick Crate, aka Car Cologne.
Hey, Chelsea Football Academy.
Oh.
I hurt my leg, so I can't be a footballer no more.
CEO's hard at work right now.
Sit more that way. Whoa. Bit that way.
The chance, bro, that you get better unsubscribers. Just go back to 90k.
He's my laughing of my downfall, you know.
Let's say 90k again. Yo, do cake box take refunds?
I told you lot some behind the scenes footage of how this podcast was done. No, I actually don't have a twin brother, but the way it's gonna work is you got all these boys here who are gonna interview me right now, and then we're gonna come back on another day and film the questions. So if you wanna look at the setup we got right here, as you can see, we've got the fish tank, we've got this angle, that angle, this is the main angle, because this is where I'm gonna be sitting today. If you wanna follow me, got the mic, got the fish tank in the back. So this is how it's gonna be done. There's no twin brother, it's just me, and then I'm gonna cut my hair off and do it again.
Yeah.
That's what we'll do for content.
Okay, Raheem, are we ready?
I'm just gonna write some questions out for you, man.
Alright, cool.
Even though I don't really think you need it. Just free stuff.
You can write some if you want.
Like I said, bear in mind, you gotta act like you're my twin brother.
Yeah.
And then ask violation questions like, what makes you think you're CEO? You'll be like, why are you calling yourself Mr. CEO?
No,
You're not CEO.
Leave that for me.
Oh, okay.
Leave the violation for me.
But the thing is, what sort of character do you want your brother to be?
Huh?
What sort of character you want your brother to be?
How you shows you how you and Hasib would violate each other, your brothers.
Okay. Okay. So there's one more surprise for Raheem, but he doesn't know. Shall we reveal it to him
I
now?
think it's time to read it.
After podcast.
No, it needs to be done.
No.
What, the
no.
champers?
Huh?
Champers?
Not the champers. Right. Let's go here. You stay there, Raheem. Right here, right now.
You just sit there. Hey, you still got something on your side.
I'm ready. What do you want me to close my eyes?
Close your eyes. Actually, no, don't close your eyes. I will give you a hint. I'm coming.
That's not a hint.
I'm coming. Wait.
His eyes are not closed.
Do you know what this is?
Do you know what this is?
Should have done that in a day.
Do you know what this is, though?
I know
No,
what it
but
is.
What is it?
It's a painting holding thing, isn't it?
Yeah. And do you know what's gonna happen right now?
No.
We are about to paint Raheem live. Look at him. Don't get on me. We're gonna paint him live for his 100,000 subscriber achievement.
You can do that now.
Yes, we're doing it right now, right
You
here.
can do that in this time.
Yes.
I could do like B-roll throughout this podcast.
Yeah.
And it will be like B-roll of Christina doing the painting.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That would be so hard.
Yeah, with the podcast going in the back
Yeah,
with
yeah,
that.
and then I'll do B-roll of exactly that. Yeah.
Yeah, calm then.
That was so-
Let's get busy.
I'm feeling like we hit 100k, baby.
Yeah, let's go.
Interesting, lovely.
Raheem, do you feel intimidated in any way?
Nah, bro. Well, I do actually kind of now that I'm sitting here.
Got a 5 man here.
You got 6 people on your case.
6 grown men.
You see a microphone in front of me. You see artwork going on in the background, and then you see all the man them here just ready to flip and violate.
The best podcast ever.
Listen, no intro for this podcast. Let's get straight into it. What is going on, people? Welcome back to the CEO Cast, the #1 podcast for showcasing business and entrepreneurship. Now, today, this is a different one, a special one, because the first time ever in history on CEO Cast, I'm sat here as a guest. And it's the podcast you've all been waiting for, the one where I'm being interviewed. And I thought, who's better to interview me than someone who knows me best and someone who can ask questions properly? And this is a confession that I've been hiding for a long time now. I'm here with my one and only twin brother, Khalid. What's going on, Khalid?
What's going
Yes, mate, what's happening? Nothing, man. 100k subscribers, here we are. I just want to make it clear as well, I didn't really want to do this, but I did tell the people that when I get to 100k subscribers, I'll be here sat on the podcast. But I don't want to act like I've made it, because I haven't. We still got so much more to do and so much more to go. I'm sure we'll get into that later on in this podcast.
Yeah, for real. Yo, this is great, you know?
This guy's gonna fucking fumble the bag as well.
Who's thinking about the kettle one?
Who's not going to fumble the bag?
Where were you the day when you decided I want to open a podcast?
That is a very good question. So break it down for us, Raheem, man. What were you doing on that day when...
Thought came into your head.
I feel like we've got to dive deeper to get into that question, but just to answer it very briefly, I was in the office at BT doing my usual job, which I'm sure we'll get into later on in this podcast, but I remember I was on my lunch break or something, and I randomly thought of like starting a podcast, essentially. And that's where I was. I'm on lunch break. I was outside on a little vape break, and CEO Cast came to my head. I was like, you know what, I want to learn about business. And as I said, we'll go into this later on in the podcast as well, but I want to learn about business. How can I find and start a business? And I was like, you know what, I need to chat to CEOs. I need to see how to do this properly. And that's exactly, like, I don't know how to paint you the picture, but just imagine a big office building, me outside. I was on the phone to my boy. I was like, yo, you got a clothing line. What are you saying? Do you want to do an interview? And he was like, yeah, let's go. So the last minute of this video, we're going to do
Quick fire questions.
Go on.
Alright.
Go on, let's ask the audience.
Quick fire. Where are you going to put your 100k plaque?
Plaque's going straight in my room, right next to my computer where I edit.
Not in the car, in the boot. Take it for a spin.
Nah, go on.
Next question. Are you ever going to change the size of the socks?
No comment.
I like socks. Next
We'll go in order. Fact. What's your question? Think of your question.
If you could get one guest on right now, any person in the world,
Who would it be? Andrew Tate.
Again.
Yeah, I'll tell you why. Because he reverted to Islam after the podcast. Yeah. So I want to know what his journey in Islam has been like. I want to know what his whole experience of the prison has been like. Yeah. The Matrix has been after him. They've attacked him. I want to know what that's like.
Yeah.
And I want to get Tristan. If I could do a podcast, with Tristan and Andrew together, that would be amazing. And don't forget, me, Shoaib, Hasib, all of the boys, if we were there in Dubai for New Year's, and that's the reason why we went to do that podcast. But the day we landed, they got bagged in Romania.
Hey, was that your Quran in the video that's going viral?
I don't think that was my Quran in the video that Andrew Tate, No, I can't lie. I don't think it was. I'm not gonna lie.
Where would you get another Quran that looks exactly like yours?
Don't know. I don't know if it was the exact one that, it's not clear enough to see. Maybe if I do a podcast, I'll ask him.
Which host have you learned the most from?
Which guest or which host?
Which guest have you learned the most from?
You learn a lot from different guests, man.
But out of all of the ones that you've done, which one would you say has inspired you and you've learned a lot from?
That's so hard to say, man. Honestly, that's so hard to say. I love every single podcast I do, and I learn something from every single podcast, but off the top of my head, maybe someone like Russo Barra. How much of the money have you made from
CEO Cost have you reinvested back into it to grow to where you are today?
Everything. Every single penny.
Explains the size of the socks. Would you ever sell your 100k plaque?
How much you want to buy it for?
Put it on eBay for bidding.
For bidding? Nah.
If I gave you £1,000 for it?
Nah.
10,000?
Nah.
50?
Nah. But I'll tell you what might be better than the plaque, yeah, and this actually means a lot. And I know it didn't make it clear when she started, but Noah Art Studios is currently in this podcast right now, which I'm sure you would have seen in the B-roll. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't actually know what it is, but I know it's a painting of myself, maybe CEO costing 100k. That would mean more than the plaque, because that's like a proper personal item sort of thing. On that note, we're going to end the podcast here. I hope you all enjoyed it. It is now 12 at night or 10 past 12, and we are recording this podcast. Make sure you follow your dreams, do all that sort of good stuff. Subscribe, that's even better stuff. And like, share, subscribe. You see that? Bro, that was one tiring podcast. So just to give it behind the scenes, we just done the podcast, and now I've got to come back on another day and repeat everything Hasib just said.
Yes, I feel honoured that I could take this moment.
Hasib, thank you very much for hosting the podcast. You've done an absolutely brilliant job.
Thank you very much.
I hope you don't start your own podcast, because you will overtake me.
I learned from the best. You know what I mean? Let's go. So the way it's going to work, we're going to reveal this part of the painting to him right now to get his live reaction, and then we're going to finish the final piece.
We are going to do a grand revealing of this painting. I don't know what it looks like, so I'm going to close my eyes, flip the camera. Is it flip camera shows you? Mm-hmm. Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that looks sick. Yeah, come on. That's good.
What do you have to say about it?
In 2 hours as well.
In 2 hours?
In 2 hours, whilst we've done this podcast, she's been out here cracking on in the painting. Can you make my arms bigger, yeah? Show the muscles and all of that.
No, but look at all the detailing here with the paintings, all the oil paints here.
Yeah, that looks sick. You absolutely smashed it. Absolutely. You know, for 2 hours, talented.
Still going to have like CEO
talented.
cost at the back, 100k, whatever you want. It's going to be customized however you want it from this point.
That's it. Thank you very much.
Copy into your present, bro.
The bottom.
Yeah, but how?
Oi.
Are you coming, please?
No. Don't do the shampoos ones.
It's not champers.
What is it?
It's just a... Oh my god!
What's the point?
I don't smoke.
Whoa.
Maybe fire all my life.
Come on, snap.
Nibsy, shout out yourself, bro.
We love you.
We love you.
One.
What were we saying? 100k pop, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm saying do it here. Fuck, you know, he took out my fucking...